Hello and welcome back to the server performance benchmark implementation in Swift using the framework Hummingbird and the argument parser from Apple. Okay, let's recap a little bit. What we did so far, I gave you a small introduction on the project, on the frameworks I'm using, and what we'll actually talk about. Then I did the project setup in once. This is all the stuff that is inside the package.swift file. Last time we created the model. Today we are going to do the database migration, which means get all the data into the database. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. So this is what we did the last time. We had a model definition and we have the book model. Today we are going to have a look at the create model. First, create model, let's see. For this we need Fluent Kit, of course, and this can just be a struct, and this is going to be the create models. And this is going to be an async migration. This one basically has two functions we have to do. We have a prepare function, which will be run when we prepare. So this will be the first thing that runs. If we add this to our migrations, then first to populate the data, this will be the one, this method will be called. And the other one is the revert one. So if you did something wrong, then you can revert everything, revert this migration, add another migration. So this is how this normally works. Okay. So before we get into implementing the two methods, I like to do another type alias. And this one is going to be the book field keys. This is, as you see on the right side, model definition, book, field keys. Perfect. Okay, so since we're here in async and throws method, let's do try await. Gonna use the database and ask for the schema. We already know where the schema is, so this is model definition dot book dot schema. And on that, first, I would like to add some kind of ID. I can just do this one because this is going to be the standard UUID implementation. And then I have to define all the different fields I want to have. And in the end, I'm just going to say create. Okay. So I need a field. So the field is going to be my book fields.title. And this is going to be of type string. And of course, this is going to be required. So next one, fields, book field, and let's do the author next. This is also going to be a string and is also going to be required. Okay, we're on a roll here. Book fields, there's a publisher, type string, of course, and also going to be required. And to the last one, this is going to be book field key, release date. This is, of course, not going to be a string. This is going to be date and is also going to be required. And as I said before, just create. Doesn't really matter which one you pick here because it's not going to do any difference. So I can use the event loop future. Just going to say create because it's already defined here. Okay, and with that, every time this migration is called, is run, it will go through the preparation, it will use the database, create the schema, and add all those fields. Okay. The revert part. First, I can just copy paste this part because I'm going to work on the schema for books. And this is going to be as simple as possible. I'm just going to delete it because I don't really care about anything else. Either So I created on the first one, and if I want to revert this, I don't need to say, oh, delete this, delete this, delete this. No, I can just say delete everything. That's fine. Okay. So since this is in the service target and it's not public, I need to make sure that I can call this from somewhere outside. For this, I have my database migrations. So database migrations is going to be, let's see, maybe it needs Fluent Kit and it needs to import the Hummingbird Fluent part. This is going to be public. Database migrations. Okay, and in here, of course, I have a static function. Add migrations to Fluent. It's going to be Fluent, and this is going to be async. No throwing or nothing, just asynchronous. Okay. This might be a little bit of overkill, but I don't really like to do things as easy as possible or as quick as possible, because I always think about scaling up. So this is going to be one of those parts where it's a little bit of overkill, but it's not that much of overkill. And if you want to scale up, then it's pretty easy to do this. So first, I need an array of migrations. And this one is going to be of type any migration. And it's going to be empty first. In the end, I want to await Fluent migrations add, and then I can add those migrations. Okay. Since we only have one migration, I can just add one migration, the one I have, migrations.append, and here we have the create book modules. That's it. So now I can call on database migrations, add migrations, and this is going to be run. And since this is both public, I can call it from anywhere, which I will in the end do from the app. So all this part never leaves this target, which is nice. So I only have one thing so far I can actually call from the outside, and it's this. All I need is I need a Fluent instance, and that's it. So with that, let's just check if there's anything else I can do for today, but I think that is it. And with that, database migration done. Perfect. Okay, next time we're going to talk about the repository service and how this is interacting with our database model. Until then, have a great day. See you next time. Bye.